All right, here we are at the Katherine Johnson Scrum and Pair Hookup. And I am Matt, this is Mike, and Sam is still sick, and don't know where everyone else is. And yeah, you got to dance and work, no? If you don't work and dance, then you're not going to be dancing and working, are you? So here we are. I already said that, right? Mike, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I think we were together for the better part of my yesterday's activities. So just for yeah, okay. I think yesterday what I did was just the Rails TDD mob, and then yeah, I joined Anvil. Yeah, I was this rant about ES16 that got me scared of ES16, but still I gotta learn ES16. So yeah, and then what more did I do? Yeah, I purchased the Ethereum course.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was part of part of the homework from last week that I purchased it and started looking at a few things on it, but time. I haven't found time.
Yeah. Difficult, no?
Yeah, and also I tried looking at the. Okay, I didn't give it so much attention, but there's the PR that I created on the webhooks.
Yes.
Yes, that you asked me to test it locally, to run the test locally. And I tried running the test. It fails the same place that it does with the
right.
Yeah, CI. The CI thing was showing some failure. Yeah, so the test fails, and I didn't really dig into it, but
yeah,
I'm not sure. I will have to spend some time. Did it have anything to do with the addition of hooks?
Yes, probably. That's most likely why it's. I mean, I think that's definitely the reason why it's failing.
Yeah. So I after that I tried looking for tutorials on how to test hooks. I did get
yeah. There's not very much out there, is there?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know at what point you joined that meeting. But Joan was saying that he doesn't want us using hooks at all.
Yeah, I had that.
So, I mean, I think we can, we should still feel free to keep doing as part of the React mob, because like,
yeah, because I remember he was saying that we can use the hooks for maybe a pet project.
Pet project, yeah.
Yeah, for learning.
Who has time for pet projects, man?
Yes. But when we want to throw something to production, we must be. But it's good to try, because by trying we know that we can't use them, or we know that we can use them.
Well, I mean, I think we're going to have a mixture of using them, because the idea is not that I'm going to refactor all the code that I've done. And you can use React hooks with class functions, so we can use them side by side. And so I think we will have both, It's just a matter of like, and hopefully, ultimately, we'll refactor everything to use hooks, you know. But maybe we need to wait a little bit longer until like the testing of it becomes more clear, you know, clearer.
Yeah.
Like there are some you can find stuff about testing, like using different testing libraries. It's just the enzyme doesn't provide support for hooks yet, you know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think like let me see if I can find.
Yeah,
Any,
and I think I was searching for it the wrong way, because I was searching for testing webhooks with React. I should have searched for React hooks.
yeah.
Now I keep calling them webhooks. I think there's something else called webhooks.
I mean, did you find? Sorry. I just got distracted by the fact that there's this here. Did you find this React hooks? What's going to happen to my tests?
Nope. I'm just finding stuff right now. Like
here's a blog that you might find in it. But
I think this is the one I went to. Nope, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, so he talks about like writing tests that like in the first place that can be used like to easily like change, you know. But like you can see there, like the enzyme test works when accordion is a class component where the instance actually exists, but there's no concept of a component instance when the components are function components. So doing things like dot instance or dot state won't work. So like that's the thing about like the test that like this users list is that we probably need to go through and refactor all the tests, because they probably do use things like wrapper dot instance, and that won't work, you know.
Yeah, because it's not a class component anymore.
Yeah, so he goes through on like how to test it, and there's a video as well that Dan Abramov did where he uses, I think, like a similar example, but they're using something really, Liz, why I was saying that you can take tutorials and like maybe you do that whole course and then you're like, okay, right, and then you go and you like try to use it and you're like, okay, but I'm not using a button where I click on it and the button changes, like the text of the button changes like the number. Like that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing something completely different. And like what I'm doing, like it's not clear how I can transfer that knowledge of like how to test to what my actual issue is, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, you know, like anyways, I guess like, you know, the thing is that John doesn't want to spending a bunch of time like trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's it from.
Any blockers or?
No blockers. Maybe just that thing about hooks. That's not passing with the React hooks. But no blocks.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, there's that PR that you put in that you're kind of like trying to figure out, and yeah, I mean, there's, I guess like that I guess, I mean, I think that the idea there is that we can leave that kind of for React Mob, which is only once a week, you know, but then we have like kind of, we know we have the guidance of Joseph, and that can be helpful, and maybe even focusing on doing something that's simpler, you know, like if you want to contribute to the website one front end, like there are definitely things that we need to do, you know, like
Yeah.
so we could have a look together if you want, and pick a task for you to have work on, or to, you know, to start, and then we can, you know, give you some support as you're working on it. Like
Okay.
in my mind, like, I mean, I'm still, so I guess I'll go. Like I spent like probably too much time working on React yesterday, and not enough time working on other projects. Like I did work on Human Connection for an hour and a half in the morning. Then we had the Scrum, and then we had like I had a little bit to eat, and then we had the Rails 5 TDD mob, which was good. We worked on website one, the PayPal stuff, and yeah, like if Sam weren't sick, I would be asking, see if he could give some feedback on what it is that we're doing. We're not stubbing or mocking correctly that PayPal service method, but I guess just wait until he has next week off as well, traveling with the kids. So, you know, it'll probably be a couple weeks till that actually gets merged into production, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just then what I do? Oh, then I met with Alvaro about the Charity Commissions API. He's doing some really nice work on that, and he put in a PR, and is asking for some feedback from Sam and Brent on that. So did that, and then had the Anvil meeting shortly after that, and that was good, and informative. And then I just like carried on, kind of had started in part of that meeting, like, you know, this, like looking at those tests, and just kind of carried on for hours, like trying to get that all figured out. And I finally did get it figured out, like by going back to like going back to a post I had already seen, but they gave a different, like, and I used like something from that post to get the clear billing agreement test to work, but it wasn't working.
To get the like from the post you just shared with me.
Sorry.
You used something from the post you just shared with me to get.
No, it was from it doesn't have anything to do with hooks. What was happening? It has to do with like Moxius and Axios, and like testing the SAD path, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then yeah, I ended up getting past that, and then I ended up working on some more things, like with that, like to do with I rebased my PR. Which have you done a rebase before?
Yeah. Rebase, I think what it does is to change history to a given branch.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so basically, what what he was saying is that, like,
What was he saying?
he was saying that, like, sorry, I get so distracted so easily. What was I talking about?
Rebase.
Oh,
did
yes.
some rebase, and he was saying.
Sorry. Oh man, I don't know.
I know.
Let me share my screen with you. So like the PR that I put in was quite like I've rebased it now, and so now there's only 15 commits. But if you look at like a different one, for example, maybe I mean this might be a good example because no, he put in the PR to mine, so no. That, well, maybe. Anyways, but this one, no, I think this is a PR to another PR, so that wouldn't be a good example. This one, maybe. No, that's probably not a good example. And I rebased, so, and then force pushed it, so it changed the thing. Yeah, I don't really have a good example. Like, I mean, maybe this one actually, because for some reason there's still 29 commits, even though. So yeah, I was like, it was kind of like this, you know, where it's like merge the pull request, you know, add users. Then it has like all these commits from January 9th and like January 10th, and these have nothing to do with like the PR.
Mm-hmm.
But because I merged in, like, look, merge branch develop on the 14th, that brought in a bunch of like those changes. And if you rebase it, then it looks more like this. Like there's still a couple from the past, you know.
Yeah, actually, it's the history that the branch you rebased with had.
Yeah.
It overrides the history of your branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is much cleaner, you know.
Yep.
But it's just really, it took me like an hour to do, you know. It's just, and it's really annoying, you know. I'm getting better at it now, you know. Like there's a lot, you know, not that I did it perfectly this time, but like you just kind of go through and you need to like work in merge conflicts, which, you know, I think you have experience working in merge conflicts, but like you end up like going back to the same file, like, you know, 20 times or something, you know. So, and then in the end, like, you know, Joel told me not to do it really. He said he's just going to squash a merge. So I guess like I might have spent all that time for nothing, you know. But like, I don't know. I was just like thinking.
Yeah.
Good.
In your case, if you wanted the commits to be cleaner, I think the thing to do will be to squash.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with squashing it is that, like, you know, it turns everything into a single commit, but then like that's how it is with other projects I work on. And that's why I don't worry about it at all. I just go developing, and then I know that the person's going to squash or merge it, you know. And we had talked about that, but like I think
if you do git log, the squash will be just one commit, but the previous commits will still be in the history.
All right.
Yeah. So I think what the squash will do, it will take, I think, like the past 5 commits and squash them into one and put them as one commit at the top of your history. But then I think those other histories still remain. I'm not sure that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what rebase overrides. Rebase in itself, it just deletes all the history that you had.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, I end up rebasing, but then because of rebasing, like I end up like having a commit that I was I think this one here, add spinner to subscriptions, that like then had merge conflicts, and then so I end up like closing that, and just like there's only one commit, and so I just like now there's multiple commits, you know. which is weird. There's like this and this. Yeah, I don't really even know what's happening here, you know. So maybe I think I'll maybe hold off on this and just like maybe because then there's merge conflicts again. So I think what I'll do is like say put in a different PR for this after the 39 is merged in. Oh, it's actually pull request 71. But yeah, like I spent a lot of time, you know, working on this yesterday, and then like I kind of like there's some things I want to do for NHS Wiki as well. We're doing like this NHS Wiki sprint this week, but then like with Sam being sick yesterday, and it's kind of like Sam's it's kind of it was Sam's private day yesterday as well. So like I was thinking I would work less on the, but anyways, I should probably work on it a little bit. And so today my plans are I need to work on that some, and I don't know how much, like maybe not a lot, but like just play around with like, yeah, I mean what we're doing right now in the NHS Wiki is we're like doing like the getting started pages. Which like, you know, we want like a smooth process for people who are like just, you know, new to signing up to the wiki and like wanting to work out like how to contribute, you know, and you know we've been like contracted to deliver that, so we need to do that before April, which is like not a huge rush, but like there's no reason why we shouldn't do it. And then there's some other stuff, like there's some things that I'm blocked by that I could like have maybe try to have a closer look and see if I can get past, like some different extensions that are not working for some reason that I'm not sure exactly why. And there's like upgrading to MediaWiki 1.32 to see if that's viable. Like would be another thing that could be worked on. But yeah, so I want to work on that today. And I guess like I have more stuff to do with this PayPal, but I kind of like I'm gonna end up doing like more work if I don't just like give it a minute for João to get that that first PR merged in, because then after he gets that merged in, then there's like another one that a PR I put in yesterday that like makes the prices and there's a one subscriptions new page, but then they're like we need to dynamically fill in like the price for it and the like the name of it, premium or premium mob or premium face to face, you know. And so I've done that and put in a PR, a separate PR. But then once that gets merged in, then this like PR that I'm writing this in will have like merge conflicts with the develop. So I'll have to like tweak some things on this one, and then there's another one that I put in a PR from using this as a base branch. So there's like several things that need to be done, but like it'd be best to wait till things start getting merged in and then start working on it. And we have like the Elixir mob coming up, which in like 5 minutes, so I probably need to get going because I need to run to the toilet and stuff. And don't know what we're gonna work on. I thought maybe like I had started on the Elixir pairing session on Mondays at 8 p.m. UTC. We started working on like getting Sing for Needs set up. And there's a ticket that Harshdeep put in a PR, but it's failing the build, which was to upgrade to Phoenix 1.4. And like you have experience doing that since you put a PR in for Championer 1. So I thought maybe we could work on that and like get that PR passing the build. But don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, we can get a ticket for that and work on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's that PR, and then after that, there's not really much. There's not very many tickets, you know, to work on for the backend for Sing for Needs, like that are like Elixir related. So we could have a look like at Champion 1 as well. If like, I think like an hour will pass by pretty quickly. That I think if we, by the time we like try to debug why it's failing the build, like we'll probably have, you know, maybe we'll be able to get in a PR that's passing the build, like, and maybe not, you know.
Okay.
So, but that's what I was thinking. But okay. I don't know. I guess we need to see who else shows up to the Elixir mob, and if people really want to go like back to using the book, and like, you know, we had talked about maybe doing 1 week using the book, 1 week not, but I'm not sure like what people think and who's going to join. But and we might have a new girl as well that I was talking to on Twitter, that she came to Scrum the other day, Angie. She was interested in the Elixir mob, so she might come today. But yeah, I should run because otherwise I'm not going to have time to start the Elixir mob. I mean, I guess you could start it as well, and I could join.
I still didn't get my way around using the AV account on YouTube. I think I'll.
Okay. Yeah. I'll start it, and then maybe I can show you or something, like not in the mob, but like another time we can.
Yeah, later on. Yeah, sure.
Makes sense. Yeah, cool. All right, see you soon. Thank you.
All right.